President Mahama ekoko piemu ewo Koforidia and okoko piemu Koforidia no odinsem bi etudwa saa ensem no asheki eye Npp eye criminal appointees na President Mahama order eye Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni says no High Court special High Court na wa create no and many me ya no eye cases are Auditor General omo ye involved in Auditors General report no and many me as a prosecution no and Paul Bafuboni as Chief Justice no wa create a special court as Isiano or more baby D cases wo President Mahama or say both Auditors General's report and oral cases no Paul Bafuboni Chief Justice no and many me or prosecute sample for na ye fast track cases no was a special high court or abusia sa and some way ama Npp for no omo abusia enye asem keto akra about the lies of Chairman Wontumi Edubuan Gifty Oware omo cases ne dia Chairman Wontumi Edubuan case ne dia aba be breaking wa say won a final stages ma sisi ano Chairman Wontumi Edubuan omo aso ayehye next videos no Chairman Wontumi cases ne aba be drop latest update ho a and President Mahama edisa ensem no atudwa wa order Chief Justice say on take quick action mommy yankona yankonkuti President Mahama nensema or the atudwa unsubscribe here subscribe na hit on the notification bell so na any update be able dropping on so once ebetumi aka.
We recommit to the fight against corruption. Those who serve in public office must be prepared to be accountable to the people. The Public Officers Code of Conduct Bill is expected to be passed by Parliament at its next session. This will codify the conduct of public officers and issue guidelines on conflict of interest. A new assets declaration regime will also be approved by Parliament in order to ensure that the assets declaration regime is made more meaningful. I want to thank the Chief Justice and the Judiciary for setting up the newly created additional high courts. From this year, persons indicted in the Auditor General's report will be prosecuted in these new courts, in addition to the Auditor General's power of disallowance and surcharge. Ladies and gentlemen, recently there have been legal disputes about the constitutionality of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. While some of the issues are pending appeal and Supreme Court interpretation, government believes that there is space for an effective Office of the Special Prosecutor with special powers of prosecution. Government has, through the Attorney General, laid a bill in Parliament to give legal effect for the setting up of regional tribunals. These regional tribunals will help to speed up the system of justice. To the TUC and all sister unions, you are our partners on this journey of reset. I thank you for the industrial harmony we have enjoyed so far. I know the sacrifices you've made, and I know that the road to recovery has been steep. But I wish to promise the Ghanaian worker that as the economy grows, you will be the first to benefit. We are not interested in growth that stays at the top. Growth must filter down to the pockets of the Ghanaian worker. That includes the teacher in the classroom and the technician at Akosombo. Koforidua is known for its resilience and its beauty. Let the spirit of Koforidua inspire us today. I thank the TUC once again for bringing us to Koforidua. And as I continue my tour of this region, meeting with the chiefs and people, I'm reminded of why we do what we do. We do it for the young graduates just come out of school seeking her first job. We do it for the retiree who deserves a pension that can buy more than just medicines. And we will all rise together. Kweku Boateng, Omahini of the New Job in Traditional Area. Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah. Minister for Employment, Honorable Dr. Rashid Pelpo. Regional Minister, Honorable Rita Awati. Members of the Council of State, Ministers of State, and senior government officials, members of parliament present, chairman of the TUC and secretary general, and members of organized labor, your excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, our beloved Ghanaian workers whose labor and toil we are celebrating today, friends from the media, good people of Ghana. I bring you fraternal greetings from the government of Ghana to all of you gathered here this morning at the Jackson Park of Koforidua. First, let me extend my heartiest congratulations to the leadership of the Trades Union Congress and organized labor by bringing this national celebration to Koforidua away from the traditional confines of the Black Star Square in Accra. You are sending across a powerful message. You have affirmed that the Ghanaian worker is found in every corner of this country, and that every region is a vital heartbeat of our nation's life. Ghana is indeed not just Accra. Decentralizing the celebration is a testament to the Resetting Ghana agenda. It reminds us that development must be felt at the doorstep of every Ghanaian citizen, whether they are in the bustling streets and markets of Accra or in the serene hills of the Obotabri Hills in Eastern Region. My presence here today continues a journey I've been on all week, a journey of listening, seeing, and acting. This administration believes in an inclusive government. We believe that the mandate given to the President is a sacred one, and that he must work in the best interest of all Ghanaians. This week I visited the Accra International Airport to inspect our gateway operations and break ground for a new concourse that will link Terminal 3 and Terminal 2. I've also been in the Volta region to check on the progress of work on Phase 2 of the Brekusu Sea Defense Project. I also took the opportunity to visit Fuveme in the Anlord district, where tidal waves are wreaking havoc on our people's livelihood. And just yesterday I was in Akosombo here in the Eastern region to inspect the damage at the Volta River Authority Electricity Generation Station following the devastating fire in the switchyard control room. I know many of you are concerned about the disruptions to the electricity supply caused by the Akosombo fire. But I want to share the good news that the GRIDCO and VRA engineers working together have been able to bypass the burnt-out control room and have restarted all the 6 turbines at the Akosombo generating station. And so as of last night, the Akosombo hydroelectric dam is fully operational. I wish to use this occasion to celebrate the engineers of GRIDCO and VRA for the hard work and ingenuity they put into restoring the hydro plant to full operation. These engineers are a living testament to the fact that Ghanaian workers are the nation's most valuable asset. GRIDCO and VALCO, are you here? GRIDCO and VALCO workers, are you here? Aiko. Following today's May Day celebration, I'll continue my 2-day Resetting Ghana tour of the Eastern region. This tour will culminate on Saturday, tomorrow, with a citizens engagement town hall meeting, where I look forward to engaging directly with students, mechanics, teachers, nurses, traders, and traditional and religious leaders of this region. Fellow workers, the theme for this year's May Day, Pivoting to Growth, Jobs, and Sustainable Livelihoods, Resetting Ghana Beyond Macroeconomic Stability, reflects exactly the roadmap of my administration. When we took office, our first task was to stop the bleeding, to stabilize the currency, to rein in inflation, reduce interest rates, and restore fiscal discipline. That was the message I delivered to you when we met at the May Day celebration last year in Accra. Today, I'm pleased to report to you that we have made very good progress. We've restored fiscal discipline, we've reduced inflationary pressures, we've stabilized the CD, we've reduced interest rates, and we've renewed investor confidence. These gains, though modest, mark a decisive turning point for our economy, and we continue to move from recovery to transformation, from fragility to resilience. We've made significant strides, but as I've always said, macroeconomic stability is desirable, but it is not an end in itself. Stability is the foundation, but it is not the house. The reset we speak of is about building the house on a stable foundation. It is about shifting from merely surviving to thriving. It is about moving from debt distress to economic surplus. Having successfully restored macroeconomic stability through our Resetting Ghana agenda, we are now aggressively pursuing growth and job creation. We will not just manage the economy, we will expand it to create jobs and prosperity for the Ghanaian people. Our mission is clear. We want to turn stability into opportunity. Under the Resetting Ghana agenda, we will continue to prioritize the creation of decent jobs for our youth and Ghana's workforce. By investing in value addition and the digital economy, we will ensure that the Ghanaian worker is not just employed but empowered. A stable economy is only the foundation. The aim is a better life for you and your family. The Minister of Finance will soon present the new economy policy of Ghana to Cabinet and Parliament. This policy aims to focus on investing 1% of GDP annually in selected growth areas of the economy that are high yielding in job creation. The 24-hour economy policy recently approved by Parliament is a flagship of our growth strategy. We are moving beyond the 8-hour workday. In the manufacturing sector, we will provide tax and other incentives to industry and reduce power costs for companies that operate multiple work shifts. We are nearing completion of a new labor bill that addresses modern trends like remote work, the gig economy, and digital platforms. This adaptation will ensure that every worker, regardless of sector or geographical location, gains protection, fair contracts, and access to benefits such as secure pensions and clear rights. Our Resetting Ghana agenda ensures that whether you work in an office or you work with an app, your rights are protected, your pension is secure, and your dignity is non-negotiable. The Fair Wages and Salary Commission has begun work on the proposed Independent Emoluments Commission. This new commission will create a new and fairer system for remunerating all public workers, from the president right down to the lowest paid Ghanaian worker. We intend to use the constitutional review process to remove the distortion created by Article 71 conditions of service and emoluments. The Independent Commission will provide a fairer, more transparent salary structure that ensures that public sector salaries align with market realities, reducing strikes and worker uncertainty. This is a reset of the compensation structure to ensure fairness, transparency, and a living wage that reflects the true cost of living. Since the pension reforms were implemented several years ago, we've not conducted a review of the new system. Many years after the introduction of the tiered pension structure, many workers still complain of inadequate pensions. We are commissioning a review of the operation of our pension scheme, after which consultations will be held with organized labor and stakeholders to decide whether any modifications are needed. Agriculture and value addition. For farmers in the eastern region, our Resetting Ghana agenda means shifting from exporting our raw cocoa beans to processing these beans locally. Next year, we intend to achieve 50% local processing of Ghanaian cocoa beans. By supporting local agro-processing hubs, we're creating sustainable livelihoods for the youth in our rural areas. I launched the Farmers Service Center in Afram Plains recently to help our farmers expand their cultivation area, increase their yields, and improve their incomes. Ladies and gentlemen, as we pivot to growth, we must protect the human capital that drives it. A reset Ghana means a healthy Ghana. Government has worked very hard to revive many state-owned enterprises that were previously in a state of collapse. I'm pleased to inform you that Tema Oil Refinery is back in operation. Government has recapitalized the Agric Development Bank and the National Investment Bank. The Tema shipyard is bouncing back, and many other state-owned enterprises are now running more efficiently. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge the TUC and organized labor not to sit back and look on aloof when management and governing boards are mismanaging their enterprises. Because when these enterprises collapse, it is the workers that suffer the most. And so when you see things going wrong, don't sit aloof. Point it out and make sure corrections are done. Ladies and gentlemen, we are considering absorbing the Western Rail Line under the Big Push program. The completion of the Western Rail Line will open up the bauxite and manganese concessions in the Western Corridor and also make it easy to transport our cocoa beans from the plantations to the ports. It will also make it easy to transport our cocoa beans from the plantation to the ports. The launch of the National Workplace HIV and Wellness Policy early this year, together with our focus on the Occupational Safety and Health Special Task Force, reflects our commitment to the Ghanaian workers. We're intensifying factory inspections to ensure that no worker loses their life or limb in the pursuit of their daily bread. Furthermore, the digitization of labor compliance through the National Workplace Compliance and Safety Management System will ensure that employers can no longer cut corners. The government is also expanding access to quality healthcare and facilities by constructing and equipping district, regional, polyclinics, and SHEP compounds. We have strengthened and improved the National Health Insurance Scheme, and just a few weeks ago, I launched the free primary health care program. I urge all Ghanaians to take advantage of these healthcare interventions. When your healthcare workers organize health screenings, either in your community or at your workplaces, please take the opportunity to get checked at least once a year. All Ghanaian workers, please, when they are doing the screening, go and check your high blood pressure, your sugar level, check your vitals at least once a year. To ease the backlog of SHS and tertiary graduates who have completed school and are still at home, we have given clearance for the employment of 20,000 teachers and nurses who are currently at home. We've also given clearance to employ 40,000 security personnel at a rate of 10,000 every year from 2025 to 2028. This will help ease the backlog of our young children who are sitting at home with no work to do.
Okay, abusua we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway na President Mahama NCC no eye NPP fo a omoye involve omuluti eye state eye funds no sisi ano President Mahama nankasa wasinebo ede sa ensem no atudwa sisi ano eye Chief Justice Paul Bafokoni sa court high court na ya create no abusua sisi ano cases no eba be flow entina ha gossip politics avenue mamoye Gossip Politics TV. So mama ya aware say any updates on political trending stories bi anebeba aba be breaking wa na say ye dwudwadwudwa mu ama mo nso mahu de ekwa sisi ano eye Chief Justice Paul Bafoboni so no yenim ne nnwuma pa a oya no eba corruption cases a ompese ordina so bete no ode ose ebe yoyo na say wama NDC government no ene NPP criminal appointees no waye adwuma ne ye yebra masese mo jepene kokoti sa ensem no ede MI